So equal marriage was not... Equal marriage wasn't designed to appeal to gay people who wanted to get married. It was designed to appeal to the Guardian newspaper and the BBC. Okay, that's a thought. Can I ask you a trick question?
Go on then.
When did you last read The Guardian?
Never.
And yet here you are.
A Conservative Party member called James O'Brien to explain what's gone wrong with his party. Too liberal, he said. Too woke. Not conservative anymore. So James asked him for specifics, and every single answer he gave pointed at the same three groups of people. James kept count. Let's watch it together. And before I tell you to like and hit that subscribe button, please allow me the chance to earn that from you.
This is in Chippenham. James, what would you like to say?
Well, you're saying about you'd like the people back that were culled from the party. In my opinion, and from what I've seen, there needs to be a lot more of a cull, to be perfectly honest, and get rid of some of the more liberal aspects in the party that are causing trouble. Okay,
like who? Or what?
Well, I'm obviously not going to mention names.
Why not?
But there's plenty. It wouldn't be right there because I'm on about in the local Conservative Association.
What in Chippenham?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
There's plenty of people in there.
No, well, that would be a bit pointless, mentioning the names of people in the Chippenham Local Conservative Association. But what do we mean when we talk about liberal tendencies? What is the rot that you're identifying when you use that word?
Well, I think it stems back to when David Cameron was leader. He was picking candidates for the election and basically dictating to local constituencies, you will have this candidate. If you don't, I will impose an all-female shortlist on you, on your constituency, and basically picking candidates that just were standing just for the fact that they wanted to be an MP.
That's the main reason. That is the main reason for standing, isn't it?
Yeah, but you can't really pick someone who was going to pick to be a candidate for the Labour Party and then decides to be a candidate for the Conservative Party.
So you've got a big problem with Lee Anderson then, presumably.
Out of all of the people in the Conservative Party at the moment, he's the one that only talks Conservative.
But he's not in the Conservative Party at the moment.
Well,
and he used to be in the Labour Party. I don't know why. I just had an inkling you might like him, and yet he moved from the Labour Party to the Conservative Party to reform. So he's the living embodiment of everything that you've rung in to condemn.
Well, I think he would be. I don't think he's not leadership material. That's perfectly honest.
Well, that's a bit unfair on the fella. But anyway, let's park that for a moment and go back to this notion of liberal. You're not saying there's too many women in the Conservative Party, are you? Or are you? I mean, possibly you are.
No, definitely not. Because one of the most successful prime ministers we've ever had in this country was a female, and she was a Conservative.
That's right, Theresa May. That was a joke. That was a joke. So I don't know that David Cameron did introduce all women shortlists. If he did, it was only ever on.
He threatened to and had numerous.
Well, no, he said he was open to the idea of it, but insisted that it would always be voluntary. It's an odd. I mean, I think for people listening, it's an odd thing to pick if we're trying to work out how the Tory party.
No, I wasn't saying as in the problem is having all-female shortlists. I was saying that you've got him acting like a dictator.
But he didn't. He didn't. He said it would. I mean, he said in the event of it happening, it would be voluntary. So, in terms of the path back, I mean, the parliamentary party, not the Chippenham constituency party. Who should they be getting rid of, or what do you want to see less of, or more of?
More conservatives and less woke would be good for a start.
What does that mean?
We've just got people who are not. They don't have traditional conservative values.
Like what? Like what?
Go back to David Cameron, the gay marriage. That was, in my opinion, was designed as a wind up membership, as it affected so many people.
I think David Cameron, in conjunction with the Liberal Democrats, of course, brought in equal marriage to wind up members of his own party.
He just liked to appeal to the Guardian newspaper and the BBC by bashing members of his own party constantly.
How is letting gay people get married bashing members of his own party? You know, there are gay people in the Conservative. I have a gay colleague who is married.
Yes, but
a gay Conservative colleague who is married. Tried to get into Parliament at the last election, but the less we say about that, the better.
I think he just was doing things to trying to appeal to the Guardian newspaper and the BBC.
Right.
And
So
trying to
equal
wind-
marriage
wind
was
up
not
old conservatives.
equal marriage wasn't designed to appeal to gay people who wanted to get married. It was designed to appeal to the Guardian newspaper and the BBC. Okay, that's a thought.
both things,
Can I
really.
ask you a trick question?
Go on then.
When did you last read the Guardian?
Never.
And yet here you are. Should we try one more thing that they could do in order what would we do? Repeal equal marriage? Tell the gays they can't get married anymore because it was all a big wind up.
No, I don't think there's anything wrong in bringing it in, but I do think the majority of the reason he brought it in.
Yeah. So in terms of how they can restore their fortunes,
with everything going on in the country, there was far more things.
I know, but it's 2024 now, and we're looking at the road ahead. You sound a little bit obsessed with equal marriage, but maybe that's not fair. Let's end with this then. Let's end with your definition.
The point I'm getting at is
yes,
you can't distinguish anything between any of them anymore. There's no you can't distinguish between Tony Blair, David Cameron, Theresa May. They're all the same.
Yeah, they're just not, though, are they? I mean, on all sorts of things, all sorts of issues where there are huge differences.
That's probably why the Conservatives are losing votes. And at the last election, let's be honest, Labour did not get any more votes than they got less votes than they did under Jeremy Corbyn. So there was not a massive vote.
No, it's a loveless landslide. But I'm not hearing much about what the Conservatives could do differently, apart from women and gays.
No.
What else have you said?
Again,
what else have you said in this? What else have you said in the course of this call? What else have you talked about apart from women and gays?
Well, it's not conservative. It's not the Conservative Party is not conservative anymore.
Okay, and we'll end on this. When you use the word woke, what do you mean by that?
I think you know what it is already.
I've no idea. What do you mean? I've no idea. I've asked a million different people. I've never got a clear answer on it. What do you mean when you use that word?
Being anti-British.
How can it be anti-British? How can woke mean anti-British?
You just need to look at the sort of what's going on in schools nowadays.
What's that then?
Well, you know what it is, James.
I honestly don't. I know that when some people in public life shout woke, a lot of people shout how high. But what do you mean?
It's like on the other issue. You say that.
No, let's not change the subject. What's happening in schools that is woke?
You do this all the time, James.
I know, it's so annoying. I ask people to define the words that they use on the radio. So what do you mean by woke? What do you mean?
Snarling at foreigners.
What do you mean by woke?
Who snarled at foreigners, James?
What do you mean by woke?
What do I mean by woke?
Yes.
It's ultra-liberal nonsense.
For example?
Men can be women, women can be men.
Yes.
Telling people they can have 46 different genders. What's that all about?
So that's it then. It's the transgender conversation.
Well, I didn't say transgender.
So we've got the gays, we've got the women, and we've got the trans. You've done the hat trick, James.
Well,
it's 10:49.
Right. Let's go through this call, because it's a masterclass in what happens when someone's asked to itemize a feeling. James from Chippenham, a local Conservative Association member, rings in to say the party needs a clear out. Get rid of the liberal aspects. So O'Brien asks the obvious question, what do you actually mean by that? What's the rot? His first answer is David Cameron dictating all women's shortlists to local constituencies. O'Brien corrects the record. Cameron only ever said he was open to the idea and insisted it would be voluntary. But notice what's already happened. Asked to name what's wrong with the Conservative Party, his very first example is women candidates. O'Brien asks him straight, "You're not saying there are too many women in the party, are you?" And the answer wobbles from possibly to definitely not in a single sentence. He's heard how it sounds out loud. Then O'Brien asks what traditional Conservative values the party has lost. And we get example 2, gay marriage. The caller's theory is genuinely strange. Cameron didn't bring in equal marriage because gay people wanted to marry, he says. He did it to wind up his own members and appeal to The Guardian and the BBC. So O'Brien springs his trick question. When did you last read The Guardian? Never. He's built an entire theory of political motivation around a newspaper he's never opened. And when O'Brien pushes it to the natural conclusion, fine, so repeal it. Tell the gays they can't get married anymore. The caller instantly retreats. No, nothing wrong with the policy itself. So his second example of the rot is a policy he supports, objected to over a motive he invented, involving a paper he's never read. O'Brien just keeps count. So far, he points out, the whole diagnosis is women and gays. The caller insists the real problem is the party not being conservative anymore, so O'Brien offers one final open door: define woke. After the usual you know what it is and something vague about schools, the caller lands on it. Men can be women, women can be men, 46 genders. And O'Brien completes the tally out loud: the gays, the women, and the trans. The caller cheerfully confirms it himself. He's done the hat-trick. Here's what this call actually shows. The caller rang in believing he had a political critique. Under completely calm questioning, no shouting, no gotchas, just what do you mean by that asked repeatedly, the critique evaporated, and what remained, every time, was the same three groups of people. He never once mentioned the economy. Not housing, not the NEX, not tax, none of the things his party actually lost an election on. Asked what's wrong with the Conservative Party, the honest content of his answer was: women, gay people, and trans people exist in it. And the word doing all the heavy lifting is woke. It's the perfect word for this, because it sounds like a political position while functioning as a feeling. O'Brien has asked 1 million people to define it and never had a clear answer, because the clear answer is usually the one this caller gave by accident. It's not a philosophy, it's a list of people. That's where I am on it. Thank you, sincerely, for watching a man complete the hat-trick live on national radio. Do the honourable thing. Like it. Share it with someone who says woke a lot but can't define it. And subscribe.